In the year 20XX AD, a vicious army of robots is bent on destroying the world. And behind this destruction is... Proto Man? That's right, welcome back, this time to Let's Play Mega Man 5, arguably my least favorite of the classic Mega Man games. We're gonna get into it, but really I just find this whole game overall not that great, pretty boring compared to Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, even 4, and 6, and 7, and 9, and 10. Anyway, I don't want to beat down on this game the whole time, so let's go over the Robot Masters that we're gonna fight. We're gonna take on Gravity Man, Crystal Man, Napalm Man, Gyro Man, Star Man, Wave Man, Charge Man, and Stone Man. Okay. But yeah, overall, I find this game pretty I don't know. I don't go back to this one a lot. I mean, this is only the third time I've played this game, and only the second time beating it. Compared to Mega Man 3, which I played like a million bajillion times and beat a million bajillion times. Anyway, like I said, I don't want to be down on this the whole time. So, first Robot Master we're going to take on, there we go, that's much better voice, is Star Man, or DN, designated number 037, a robot created for space exploitation. A good point, he's a dreamer. A bad point, he's an escapologist. Is that really a bad thing? No. He likes opera and dislikes a realist robot. Okay. So, one other thing you'll notice off the bat, we got a brand new upgrade for the Mega Buster. This time, generously given to us by Dr. Sergei Cossack, the main villain of Mega Man 4, or at least who we thought was the main villain of Mega Man 4, before it was revealed that it was yet another Wily plot to take over the world. This time using Dr. Cossack's daughter in order to blackmail Cossack into making 8 Robot Masters to challenge Mega Man. Yeah, we know the whole song and dance. Thankfully, Mega Man stopped all that, and now Dr. Cossack is gifting Mega Man with brand new weapons in his fight to rescue his creator, Dr. Light, from the hands of Proto Man. Which, by the way, Proto Man, really, why would you kidnap your own creator? I mean, what? Are you working with Wily again? Is that it? Because, I mean, this isn't the first time you've done this. I mean, it's the first time you kidnapped Dr. Light, but it's not the first time you've, you know, gone rogue, as it were. Anyway, I'm sure we'll figure it out as we go on, as if we don't already know. Ugh. Anyway, new Mega Buster. It's has a very big shot, does a lot more damage to normal enemies. It's the same amount of damage to bosses as it did in Mega Man 4, but more damage to normal enemies. Metals, they're back this time in nice little space helmets. Specifically for this level, nice little space helmets. In almost every level, Metals are going to have some kind of a gimmick that goes along with them. So, for example, later on in Charge Man's stage, we're actually going to have Metals riding out trains. So that's pretty neat. And yeah, there's some more stuff to talk about in Mega Man 5, but we're going to get into it as it becomes more relevant. We're actually already almost done with Starman's stage. The life fell. Why? One more Chicken Walker robot, the equivalent of the Big Eyes from Mega Man 1 to deal with, and now, here we go. Probably the smallest boss gates in Mega Man history so far, the ones in Mega Man 5. Anyway, Starman, very easy, good candidate to go after first. All he does is jump at you, and after a few jumps, it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 5, it could be 4 jumps, he will throw his Star Crash at you. Not the Star Shield, it's called Star Crash. He will throw it at you in your general direction, and you dodge it, and just repeat the process again and again. Because this whole level is in space, there's no gravity, so Mega Man will jump as if though he was underwater the whole time, which is pretty neat. He gets a nice high jump, which is very useful for this boss with Starman. that's pretty much it. There isn't much to this boss. This is a very, very good candidate for first boss. And first level. The level isn't that tough. The boss isn't all that tough. It's pretty unique because you got the buoyancy working with you. That usually only applies underwater, but it also applies in space. You got the super powerful Mega Buster, which, just like in Mega Man 4, makes really easy bosses even easier and kind of difficult bosses more manageable. So, same problem I had in Mega Man 4, but again in Mega Man 5. A little bit more in Mega Man 5 because the Mega Buster is even more powerful. It doesn't do more damage to bosses, but it does have a wider, it's much more difficult to miss with that much bigger shot. Anyway, we beat Starman, we got the Star Crash, and the Super Arrow. You get Super Arrow for beating Starman, so I'd recommend you go after Starman first to get the Super Arrow for the longest period of time. It's a pretty useful weapon to have. You'll see what it does in the next stage. Just like in the previous 4 Mega Man games, we get passwords, which we're going to see in action right now. As always, you get red dots and blue dots. You put them down. If you got them right, then you get to move on to that point in the game. You get a password at the end of every single level. Not in castle levels, but at the end of every Robot Master level, you get a password. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Okay. Gravity Man. Or DN033. He can control gravity with a unit installed in his body. A good point, he's a devoted researcher. A bad point, antisocial attitude. He likes physical science and dislikes cosmic space, because there's no gravity in space, so he wouldn't like that. Okay. Gimmick of the stage is going to be these up and down arrows. You pass by a gate with up arrows, and you will, be forced to walk upside down because gravity has been reversed, and if you go back to the arrow past gates with down arrows, then you will go back to normal gravity. In upside down reverse gravity, down is up, up is down in your control pads. To go up ladders, you would have to press down. To go down ladders, you would press up. Here's Star Crash in action. It's a shield. You press the button again, you shoot the shield. Unlike the Leaf Shield from Mega Man 2, which, you can't control when you shoot that. As soon as you move, the Leaf Shield shoots out. In this game, you can decide when you want to shoot out the Star Crash. Alright. Next thing, the Super Arrow that we also get from Starman. Basically, it is both a weapon and a makeshift item to platform. It goes super fast, and as soon as it hits a wall, it becomes a little platform that you can use to get up to higher ground. It wastes quickly, though, so be careful. Next new thing, Rush Coil. Now, Rush Coil is different in this game, unlike in Mega Man 3 or 4, where it's a spring that shoots you up. In this game, they changed the animation. Now it is a pogo stick that jumps up with you to help you get to high platforms. So, it's the reason why you would use it, its effectiveness is still the same as it always was, except now it's a different animation. That's it. The letters. Okay, let me talk about the letters. There's one letter in every stage. We just happen to get the 2 M's first, but there is one letter in every stage. Altogether, the letters will spell out in Mega Man 5. We get a special reward for collecting all 8 letters in all 8 stages, so keep an eye out. Most of these letters are pretty easy to get. Some of them are pretty difficult to get. But overall, you'll be able to find them all pretty easily. They're not that complicated to get. So it's ironic I say that I have a problem with Mega Man 5, but I picked the 2 stages that I actually like the most. I love Starman stage and Gravity Man stage. They're good, they're unique. Starman having that buoyancy for the entire level, and Gravity Man having this whole reverse gravity thing going on. I do like this. They trick you into thinking you go into the boss with in normal gravity, but then they put this second gate here, because you're gonna fight him upside down and right side up. You see what I mean? Gravity Man, weak to Star Crash, although easy enough with just the Mega Buster. He's going to run from one side of the screen to another, or jump. He's going to shoot his Buster at you, and every so often he will reverse gravity. When he reverses gravity, you will meet him halfway and shoot him with your Mega Buster, or your Star Crash. And that's it. Again, another very easy boss. He made it even easier with the Mega Buster. Although his pattern kind of dictates he was going to be an easy boss even without the souped up Mega Buster that you got going on. Weakness to Star Crash, as you're seeing, and that's it. That's it for Gravity Man. Alright. 2 down. Oh, I'm tired. I had to record this part twice. Audacity didn't record the first time. It was so stupid. Now I gotta do this again. Oh well. Gives me a chance to do it better. For beating Gravity Man, we get the Gravity Hold. It's a screen nuke, just like Toad Man's Rain Flush from Mega Man 4. Okay, next robot master we're going to go after is Stone Man, or DN035. DN because we don't know technically who built these robots. Proto Man has them, but we don't know if Proto Man built them or not, so anyway. DN035, Stone Man. Stone Man has an ability called the Power Stone. His Power Stone can let stones circle around him as a shield and a weapon. Technically, I mean, once we get the Power Stone, you'll see just how useless that thing is. Gutsman is his friend. A good point, he likes technology. A bad point, a rocky persistence. He likes good movies and dislikes people who act like a Scrooge. Okay, next letter is coming up. This one's actually one of the few ones that are hidden. You can use your Mega Bus to destroy those rocks and get the G. That one's pretty difficult to get, because you may not have to destroy those rocks, but you can. So be sure to. Okay, now that I got a second, let me talk a little bit about why I don't like Mega Man 5 all that much. Just screen nuke in action, by the way. Let me talk a little bit about why I don't like Mega Man 5 all that much. It's pretty boring. It's not that platform heavy like the earlier games were, in my opinion. It's full of enemies that shoot shots that are way too accurate, that have shields that take forever to go down, and a lot of straight paths just filled with these enemies. There's a lot of gauntlet stages in Mega Man 5. Stages that don't really have any set gimmick to them, but are just you going from point A to point B, shooting stuff along the way. Which one could argue is the whole point of all the Mega Man games, but there's always some platform, there's always some interesting gimmicks to mix it up a little bit, to make it a little bit more exciting, to make it not just about jumping and shooting, or in this case, just shooting. I don't know. Again, it could just be because I've only played this game 3 times and only beaten it twice. Maybe I haven't played this game long enough to really appreciate what it does right. Because for all intents and purposes, besides the level design, and besides some of the enemies, period, I do like this game. It's got good music, it's got good level aesthetics. This is probably the prettiest Mega Man game that I've played so far, out of the first 5 that I've played for this channel so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, now this one. This is probably the nicest looking one. This one probably does the most things with level aesthetic that I've seen in the game so far. We're going to see something in Wave Man stage and Charge Man stage, or simple things, but they're things that really, aesthetically anyway, make the game pop a little bit. But then you got a lot of the game filled with this, so it's just things that stop you from moving for a long, long time. And that's boring. It's not bad, it's not broken, it's just boring. Which is almost as bad as being bad or incomplete. Well, okay, it's not that bad, but it's boring. That's my whole thing with this game. I think it's boring compared to Mega Man 1 through 4. Maybe not so much 4, but 1 through 3 especially. This game is boring compared to them. And again, that Mega Buster makes things, for some enemies, way too easy, and for some enemies it doesn't change anything. It still makes it wait around. I don't know. I'm rambling way too much, and maybe I just gotta play this game some more. Maybe I just gotta give it some more time for it to all sink in. This life, by the way, you gotta use Rush Coil. I didn't find that out until second playthrough, but there's a hidden path up above with the Rush Coil. You can reach it, and boom, you get your life. But yeah, maybe I just gotta play this game some more. It's not one I really want to go back and play again, though. Not like 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 I'm always excited when I go back and play them, but 5... I don't know, there's a reason why I've only played this game 3 times. I'm not a fan of it. And maybe I'm not explaining it correctly, maybe boring isn't the right word. But if it's not the right word, then I don't know what the right word would be. These platforms, by the way, they're pretty cool to look at. Again, things that this game does that are very aesthetically pleasing. Mega Man rotating around as the platform rotates around. That's pretty cool looking. There's not much to it. The platforms move you one place and then you jump and that's it. Eddie's back in this game, just like he was in the first... Just like he was in Mega Man 4. He is an item dispenser. You can once again force him to spawn again and again until you get an item that you want. So if he gives you weapon energy, but you want an E-Tank, then you can leave the screen and come back again and again until he finally gives you an E-Tank. Which I would wholeheartedly recommend for this level, because there's a secret path there that you just saw that gives you free health and weapon energy. So, you know, don't waste your time having Eddie give you weapon energy or health when you can have him give you a life for an E-Tank, and you can grab your health and weapon energy anyway. Oh boy, I'm talking a lot. This is a long level. I take a long time in this level because of that problem I have with Mega Man 5, where it's too slow, in my opinion. Again, I don't want to ramble anymore. I don't want to make this whole thing sound negative, because we're done with the stage. We're done. I'm not going to ramble. Here's Stone Man, a very good candidate for first Robot Master, as long as that level was. It's not that difficult. And Stone Man himself is pretty easy. He does 2 things exactly. He will jump, and he will sometimes unleash his Power Stone, which is those flying rocks going in a circle. Not really a shield. I mean, it kind of is. Anyway, he will jump, and when he lands, he will either jump again, or he will collapse into a pile of stone. He is invincible while he is in his pile of stone, and he is invincible while he's shooting his Power Stone move, which is those floating rocks that are flying in a circle. Other than that, though, he's completely vulnerable and very easy to take out. The Power Stone has limited range. Him turning into a pile of rocks doesn't really do anything. It's just a neat aesthetic thing. Again, another neat aesthetic thing. And yeah, I mean, not even that shockwave that happens when he lands as a pile of stone does anything. It's a pretty easy boss overall. So I would take him on first if you want. Especially with the super powerful Mega Buster, there really isn't anything that's stopping you from going into the stage first. So yeah, there's some options for you. Now this game also has the continue feature that Mega Man 4 had. You can either pick to go to the stage select or pick to continue, which makes you replay the stage again. Just like in Mega Man 4, as you'll see, when you pick continue and you play the stage, there's no real point to it. I mean, there kind of is, to collect the letters in case you missed them. Although you can collect the letters by doing the continue option, but there's something that happens when you use the continue option and you go to another stage afterwards. You'll see what it is, because, well, you're going to see it when we go after Charge Man. I'm going to do his bio after it happens, because I want to make sure I don't miss it. As I'm talking about his bio, I want to make sure I don't miss it. So I'm going to talk about his bio a little later. But this very peculiar thing happens, and I kind of get why it happens. Take into account that you can only use continues when you want to try to collect the letters that you missed. But it's very strange. I don't like it all that much. Another thing I don't like about this game is what happens when you use continue instead of going into stage select. You'll see right now. You'll notice I don't have any gravity hold. You probably have to pause it to double check to make sure. But you know, I'm going to also talk about Power Stone in a second. Didn't you notice that I don't have any gravity hold, or I've lost some Rush Coil weapon energy, even though I just started the stage? Why is that? I didn't die. It's because in the previous stage, when I did continue on Stone Man's stage, I used some weapon energy. I used Rush Coil, Super Arrow, and Gravity Hold. And whatever weapon energy I used in the previous stage that I did continue on is still wasted in the next stage, like in Wily Castles, which is nuts. Why would they do that? I mean, that's something you save for the end game, for the castle. It shouldn't be a punishment because you wanted to go out and look for letters. It's something that you do for the castle, because Mega Man doesn't rest while he goes to castles and goes in between levels, you know? But he does in between stages, so I don't know, I'm rambling. Charge Man. Or DN038. Charge Man is an all-terrain armored transport robot. He uses coal and water as fuel to keep his cost low. A good point, he's straightforward because he's a train. A bad point, a bellicose attitude. I don't know what that is. He likes past reflections and dislikes trendy fashions. Okay. Whew, I did a lot of talking. Let me talk a little bit about Power Stone, why I don't like it all that much. It's pretty useless. You already saw it in action a couple times. You're going to see it in action again in Charge Man's stage. In Charge Man's boss battle, I should say. And basically, it's 3 rocks that kind of act as a shield for Mega Man, and then go off and just slowly go away. There's no accuracy to them. It's pretty random where they're going to hit, so not only is it not a good weapon for stages, it's not a good weapon against Charge Man. Charge Man's weak to it, but it's not really a good weapon against him, as you'll see in a bit. By the way, here's the med tools with the choo-choo trains. It's pretty nice. Most stages have a med tool that's gimmick designed to that level. So, you know, in Starman they were flying in space, and this one they're on trains. It's nice. Okay. Whew. Wow, I'm tired. I'm gonna take a little break after this before continuing on. Charge Man. He's actually pretty tough because his special weapon it does damage, but it's not really that great against him because look at it. I can't control where it goes. It's just missing all the time. Anyway, Charge Man does exactly 3 things. He's going to walk towards you, he will charge at you, or he will stop, glow red, and shoot flaming hot coal at you. Blow up the screen, and you know, it'll come down and could hit you. Usually when he does that, he follows it up with a charge, not always. He is invincible while he is shooting his flaming coal, and sometimes when he is charging at you. Not when he's just walking towards you. When he's just walking towards you, that's your chance to lay into him with the Mega Buster. Which is the only thing that you can really use against him, because the Power Stone is pretty useless. He also doesn't walk from side to side in the room. He walks towards you, so as you see, he's aiming for me, not just walking from side to side like a robot. But he's aiming for you, and he's walking towards you the entire time, so be careful. He does a lot of damage, a lot of contact damage. The cold does a lot of damage, and his weakness is pretty useless, so it's a pretty tough robot. But you know, you probably have an energy tank by this point, so use it. Anyway, for our troubles, we get the charge kick. Next time, we're going to go after the last 4 robot masters and hopefully get ready to confront Proto Man. See you next time. Have a good day.